Greetings, and welcome to That Cast, starring me, that guy.
And me, that guy.
Also known as Joe Thunder.
And Jay.
So,
That guy, how are you today?
I'm good, that guy. Although we were literally just talking for 20 minutes?
Well, maybe. Somewhat around there. I mean, most of our conversation basically just revolved around Bruce Campbell.
It's okay,
so...
I recorded all of it still, so it'll be one of those little... I'll pick the best little segment and throw it in on the end like I always do.
You're just going to take every instance that we said Bruce Campbell and make it into a montage.
Make it into a song.
It's already a song. Anyways, we're getting off topic. I mean, although Bruce Campbell's an amazing topic, we are going to be talking about the Borderlands franchise.
Yeah.
And how you recently bought Borderlands 2 for the PC and beat it for the first time.
Yeah, well, I beat it on PS3 because I had it on... I had the Game of the Year edition on PS3.
Uh-huh.
And I've been playing my Necromancer character on that because Gage is badass. This podcast may contain mild swearing, mild language. But it's okay, the whole podcast has the explicit thing on it, so...
Yep.
But
all right.
when you're talking about Borderlands, you can't necessarily cut out all
Not
the bad
really.
words. We don't have to say the really bad words, but
Even they don't in Borderlands.
Yeah.
They don't say all those anymore. They did it in Borderlands 1.
Yeah.
It was not as censored.
It's almost funnier though in Borderlands 2.
Kind of. I do like that.
Like when Claptrap gets all upset because the door locks on him.
Raggin' fraggin' locked gate. You cannot tell you how many times I've quoted that just because I'm frustrated. It doesn't even matter if it's a door or a gate or anything, and I'm just frustrated. I'll just go raggin' fraggin' locked gate.
We should probably mention that although this podcast might not be super explicit, it will contain spoilers.
For a game that's however many years old.
Yeah, but, I mean, think about it, though, that guy. I just beat Borderlands 2 for the first time last night.
That is true. The Handsome Edition is coming out on the 24th, so there's going to be a whole bunch of people playing Borderlands 2 for the first time.
Yeah.
They may know stuff about it, but they may not know the entire story.
Okay, so... The first thing I'd like to say is Borderlands 2 is now my most favorite game simply because of the line Lilith says at the very end. She says there ain't no rest for the wicked.
Oh, right, yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh.
And of course, in reference to Borderlands 1's theme song, basically, yeah.
The only thing that... Literally, the intro to Borderlands 1 is what made that game so great. Not the gameplay, not the characters, not the environment, just the intro.
To Borderlands 1 because of the song, yeah.
Just the song, the way they executed it. The song mixed with, the little tiny intro. Because, I mean, obviously now, we kind of expect in Borderlands that there's going to be, one of the characters is going to have... The fourth character is going to have something funny as, a tag. But Borderlands 1 is obviously the first one that did that. And it, catches you off guard.
And they started with the skag and everything, too.
Yeah.
That's... Even in Tales from the Borderlands, there's a skag.
Yeah.
At the beginning, where they just run over a skag, and they're like, oh my god, was that a person? I really hope that wasn't just a really ugly person.
I can't wait to play Tales from the Borderlands, but I'm waiting till... Those kind of games, I wait till...
the entire game comes out?
Yeah, I wait till the entire game comes out, because I can't, wait.
I am just sitting on the edge of my seat waiting for the second part to come out. I made the first part playthrough, and, the first day that it came out, I just sat there and no-lifed it for 3 or 4 hours. And then I uploaded it the next, 3 days, just because I was so excited for it. Now, it kind of died down, but I'm really excited for it to come out again, because I'm not sure when it's coming out. I think it might be the end of this month.
Yeah.
But either way, it's going to be awesome.
That's a 5-part series, and you're still waiting for the second one to come out?
Yeah.
You did that in, December or something crazy like that.
Yeah, I think it was November or December, something like that, somewhere around Thanksgiving.
That's ridiculous. I think Walking Dead did not take that long for episodes to come out.
But did Telltale release anything in between?
They've also... Well, I think they're doing Tales from the Borderlands. They're also working on the Minecraft story mode. And they're also doing... what's the other one?
Game of Thrones?
Yeah, Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I heard about that too. So I think they're paying some more attention to those ones as well.
I think the Game of Thrones. I think honestly, the Game of Thrones one probably has a bigger following.
Oh yeah, duh.
Because like obviously, like even people who don't play video games who like Game of Thrones might play the Game of Thrones thing because it's not
Maybe, yeah.
it's not really game based. It's like, walk here, pick this up, give food to Kenny. What if that'd be the best thing? Like every game, there's like some option where you can give food to Kenny,
and it's the same. It's the same Kenny.
Yeah.
It's like he doesn't even need to be in context. He's just there in the corner. He was there the whole time. You just didn't see it until now. Oh, Kenny's the best character.
Yeah. So besides Lilith's like final thing at the end of Borderlands 2, there was like obviously it showed that there's all these different vaults opening up and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you think that there's going to be like a Borderlands 3, or do you think the next game's going to be?
Oh, definitely.
No, not. Is Borderlands 3 or Borderlands Online?
Okay, well, here's what I think.
You see where I'm getting at, though, right? Like, if they have all these vaults opening up, you would think there's going to be. You would think that would mean they might introduce some kind of like massive online thing.
And this, I don't think this is classified as a spoiler because I'm not saying who said it or anything. But at the end of the pre-sequel, one of the characters said, "You're going to stop fighting amongst yourselves. You're going to need all the vault hunters you can get." So again, it's basically saying the same thing. Now, the thing is, I want there to be a Borderlands 3 that's just like Borderlands as we know it, because I feel like Borderlands would not survive in the MMO route. I mean, look at Elder Scrolls Online, and you're thinking to yourself, wait, what? Oh yeah, Elder Scrolls Online, I remember that.
Yeah.
But that's about it. Because Elder Scrolls is a fantastic game franchise, but Elder Scrolls Online just kind of pooped the pants, you know?
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Like, like in Skyrim, the one that everyone talks about.
Yeah.
Like, you do things in that game. There are things that change, though, like, throughout that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this game doesn't give you, like, they're supposed to, like, I read a review and somebody was talking about, like, how you go back in time to, like, save this guy's life, and it's like, okay,
in Skyrim?
No, in Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, you do that, and it's like, okay, that's cool and all, but everyone else is doing that quest. It doesn't make me feel that special.
Exactly. I've never really... The only MMO I ever enjoyed, and this is going to sound tacky, but it was World of Cars Online for the however many years that was up, because it was just a racing game, and I was into racing games back then. This was before I discovered Steam and stuff.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you do like Minecraft Online.
Yeah, but that's not I wouldn't consider that a classic MMO.
Yeah, not a classic. Yeah, I liked...
MMOs just aren't my cup of tea, I guess.
Yeah, me and Steve grew up playing RuneScape. You play that at all?
No, but I've heard a lot of people talk about it, and I heard how it was a great game and everything like that.
It was so simple, so stupid. Steve soaked many hours and many dollars into that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I spent a lot of time on it too, but the problem is I'd get to a certain point in it, and I don't know where, but I think it was always the same point, and then I couldn't get past it, so I just started a new character.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, it's so fun that you could, like, in my opinion, it was so fun you could just do that. You could just start a new character, do the exact same thing, and just be like, okay, I can't do this, I'm going to do it again.
Right. So, in the context of that, MMOs,
yeah.
I don't think it would work in the Borderlands universe, though.
Yeah. I'm afraid... I feel like what they could do, what would be probably the smartest thing for them to do, is... This might be like the douchiest thing for Gearbox to do, but make Borderlands 3 just as a Borderlands game, and then make Borderlands Online, but plan for it to tank. Like, don't focus too much on it. Just have it so that way servers go up, and people are going to buy like that initial at least month subscription. Because think about it, that guy. Even if you don't want Borderlands Online, if it came out, you would buy it, wouldn't you? Like,
no.
At least you wouldn't buy
personally
a trial thing.
I might buy 1 month.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
like,
okay. I thought you meant like
that's what I'm saying. Like, you just get like a month. Like, you know how many people are out there like you? Like, I would probably do that. I would do that too, and they would just make so much money on just that 1 month.
That's true.
And they just make a really shit online game.
Well, it's like there's not enough of those already, though.
I know, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, they kind of unfortunately have that option there, but still make Borderlands 3, which is a great game and I'll make tons of money on.
Definitely.
Now, here's the other thing I just realized, because I was kind of, I've been like, I want to look into, I want to get the pre-sequel now, but, you know, I mean, I can't get I can't get like the collector's edition or whatever for $10 like I did with Borderlands 2. I have to wait for it to come down in price a bit more.
Right.
Or for a really good Steam sale.
Yeah, like that.
But, I was looking into Claptrap's skill set because I was just kind of curious, like what each of the, because I know he has the Vault Hunter.exe thing. I was just kind of curious, like what each one looked like, and I was watching it, and it didn't dawn on me until later when I realized that he has Vault Hunter skills from Borderlands 2, and it's before Borderlands 2.
Yeah, it did. That kind of hit me, but then I just kind of shrugged it off, like whatever.
Yeah, like
like he does have the minion trap that flies around and slags people like a siren. He's got the buzz axe. He's got the gunzerk and the robot and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah,
he's got the minion trap.
He's got Krieg. He's got Krieg's melee thing.
Yeah, I like the one that turns into a turret. That one's fun. But yeah, I don't know. I think I just kind of threw that to the wind and just said, well, whatever, he's Claptrap.
Whatever, it's Borderlands, I don't care.
I don't care, whatever. But the pre-sequel, I mean, gameplay-wise, story-wise, it's good, but it has no end game, and that's everyone's issue with it. Like, once you reach max level, there's nothing to do in it. Once you reach max level in Borderlands 2, there's, like, first off, a bananas amount of DLC that you can do that definitely you'd be max level.
Amount?
Yeah, literally.
I've never heard of that term before.
It's downright bananas how much there is. And
yeah, that is true.
You can reach max level way before having to go through all of the DLC.
Yeah.
So you can have fun on max level going through the DLC and stuff like that. Borderlands, the pre-sequel, obviously doesn't have any DLC yet. Except for the Slaughter Dome, which doesn't really count. And it's got, like, 2 raid bosses or something like that, and they're really simple. And there's just nothing to do in it. So, but they're coming out with the, I forget what they called it. The Claptrap DLC, I don't know what the name of it is. It's gonna kill me now. But it's coming out on the 24th, I think. Right? Maybe 20th? Something like that. But it's just going to be one gigantic DLC, and everyone's hoping that it's going to save the pre-sequel, because as of right now, it's a fun game, but it doesn't have any replayability unless you want to play as different characters, you know?
Yeah. I was actually kind of surprised. Well, I was surprised that they released both the new characters before they released any more DLC.
I was too. To be honest,
and I was also surprised you didn't do a video on the new character.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I'm doing stuff on Handsome Jack, and I kind of forgot about Jack because, first of all, CSGO, and that just consumes my life because I'm terrible at it, but it's fun. And second of all, Aurelia came out, and then I just kind of forgot about Jack, but I'm starting him up again where I left off on my series running through, just to see how he plays, and I am quite enjoying it. He does have a lot of synergy with his skill trees and stuff, but the reason I didn't do Aurelia is because when the Claptrap DLC comes out, I'm actually going to be playing as Aurelia in that one. And she fits my playstyle very well for some reason. Normally, I don't enjoy sniping as much as I do with Aurelia, but the entire left-hand skill tree is just all about sniping, and it's so much fun. Because
I ended up seeing like a review. I saw like a video. And I was like, oh, that's out? I didn't know, because that guy didn't say anything.
Right.
Because you're, like, my number one source for Borderlands information.
Right.
So,
well, I mean,
and I watched the video, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. The fact that it's, what's his name's sister?
Hammerlock, yeah.
And you can get a Hammerlock, like, hat and face kind of thing.
Yeah, you can get a mustache for her. It sounds kind of weird, but it looks cool.
Yeah.
No, but in Borderlands 2, Zero obviously is the sniper character, and his sniper skill tree, like, that's what I went into as Zero because I'm really bad at his other skill trees. I think I'm up to like what level 35 or so with Zero, and I'm just not feeling it.
Here's the
Like,
problem with Zero though is at least with like because like I said I did a bit of research with Claptrap's like stealth thing when he gets Zero's ability, you can still attack. Zero you can't.
well, you can attack once.
Oh.
See, I think yeah, I mean, when you're invisible, if you attack, you come out of being invisible.
Yeah, that's the thing. Claptrap like is still invisible when he attacks.
I think the reason that everybody, well, I mean, obviously, I'd say the most popular characters out of the Borderlands 1, Borderlands 2, and Borderlands pre-sequel so far have been, everybody loved Mordecai.
Yep.
Everybody loved playing as Zero when
Yep.
he first came out because he's a freaking assassin robot thing. I don't even know what he is. And then in Borderlands the pre-sequel, since Aurelia came out, it's really fun to play as Aurelia. And it's because Zero was cool because he had a different mechanic that wasn't seen before.
Yeah.
Berserker, Gunzerker, pretty similar. The sirens were, I mean, different, but they're still sirens. And then Axton was basically just a copy-paste of Roland with some fixes.
Yeah.
Zero had a completely new skill tree, but Mordecai was better than Zero because he has something to distract the enemies.
Yeah.
Bloodwing, and that's what the shard for Aurelia does. You can send out the shard, and it'll distract the enemies on that, so it won't shoot at you, or, you know, it's a whole lot more fun to play single player as Aurelia, because you've got a buddy, essentially.
Yeah. I don't really know what else to say off that.
It's okay, you said yeah like 7 times in a row, I'm pretty sure.
I'm listening, I don't know how to respond. You're just very thorough with your information.
Well,
there's no questions to ask.
I'm thinking to myself here, you've played Borderlands, and have you ever played it multiplayer other than what we've played together?
I've done a little bit on PS3 with Ian.
Okay.
Because what happened was Ian came over and I was playing, and he's like, hey. I'm like, you want to play? And he's like, sure. And
so it was split screen, yeah.
And he just randomly picked Maya. Well, actually, he saw Siren. He's like, oh, that's cool. Picked Maya. And then he grabbed a sniper rifle.
And killed everything.
Well, no, because he was a new character, and I was like level 25 or something at that point.
Oh, okay.
So it took him a little bit to level up.
Yeah, you don't say.
And it was just kind of funny because we were playing, and he was doing okay. Like, basically he was doing really good for his level.
Mm-hmm.
And he would just stand back and snipe, and he'd just be like, moving target's a sniper's worst nightmare, or something like that.
Exactly. But what I'm getting at here is you have had a taste of multiplayer, and whether you had it or not, trust me when I say the multiplayer in Borderlands is a whole lot more fun than the single player, because there are numerous times where you get set into fight for your life, and that timer ticks down so quickly. Even if it's your first down, it's the first time you go down, the timer just goes down, and you feel like you're being cheated. It's like, come on. If you had another buddy, your timer ticks slower, and you've got a chance of being revived.
Yeah.
It just annoys me a lot.
Well, like, I understand that, because I've been trying to, that this probably hasn't been, that this is, if you follow the Clash of the Nerds and So and Jay, this is like insider knowledge here.
First of all, let me tell you that if you follow both of us, you're like one of the select few.
Yeah.
And second of all, go ahead.
So that guy's been doing the Stop Gun 2015 thing, and I was watching that guy play, because, I watch that guy's videos to help him out, and also he makes good content. But I was watching him, and I could tell he was struggling a little bit. And I was like, what
I did die.
Yeah. I was like, what if I came in and helped him? I'm like, how could I do that, though? And then, although I felt kind of bad, because I feel like I keep, like, barging in on your series, like, hey, guys!
I was literally just going to say, so... I'm glad that's your train of thought, that like maybe I should help him out because he's having some issues, because other people might see it as, hey, it's time for Minecraft New Frontiers. Hey guys, it's Joe.
It's just, I get these ideas that, well, like Minecraft New Frontiers, like, I was watching that, and I mean, like, it was okay. I don't mean to be rude, that guy, but like
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
kind of going nowhere fast,
No, I wasn't.
and I was like,
I
maybe,
still have that.
yeah, I was like, maybe I can help. Maybe like if I give him like come in as like a guy from the future with all this crap, like maybe I can help him like at least kind of get moving on his series, because
You're definitely spicing it up. I
yeah,
did enjoy it. We did most of that all in one night, and it was completely just BS. I had
yeah.
no idea what was going on any of the time.
But with Borderlands 2, I was watching it, I'm like, he could use some help, but like, should I just go like another Gunzerker and stop Gun? Like, how could I stop Gun? Then
I
in
did
this,
like your idea.
then this one part, he's just like sniping this like camp of like slabs
Bandits
or
and stuff,
whatever,
yeah.
and this psycho is just completely ignoring the action.
There's like marauders firing back at me with their SMGs, and I'm like sniping down at them, putting shots through them, and then this psycho just walks through, and he's just like, "Guys, this is my day off.
Could
I know I'm supposed to run at him, but like I'm not feeling it today."
on that day, no fucks were given.
Exactly. See, I would have said that, but then
Yeah, that's not your style, but
nah.
so I saw that and I started thinking, and I had this idea: what if I played as Krieg, who is a psycho, and believed in the fact that just saw Stop Gun 2015, didn't know anything about it, but just assumed it meant no guns.
Guns are bad.
He just assumed guns were bad, and because he's a psycho, he just went with it. So I created a Krieg character, got him up to that, with a little bit of help, got him up to that guy's level, and introduced this all melee character.
It's going pretty well,
Yeah.
actually. I'm enjoying it, and they're all edited.
Yep. But what I'm saying, but anyways, so the issue with Krieg, if you don't know, especially when you're going all melee, it makes things very, very difficult.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that guy doesn't get to use his action skill. I don't get to use guns in a FPS.
It seems a little bit strange, but like in a game where the entire concept of the game is to shoot people, you're not allowed to use guns.
I mean, I like the challenge, but there's a couple of skills that make it less
little bit
difficult
easier.
for Krieg. So, like, for example, he gets one skill where when he gets into fight for your life, he grabs like a bundle of dynamite, and you can run around with that. And
Blow
if you
people
if you kill somebody with the dynamite, like when it explodes, you get revived.
Mhm.
So that obviously would help me out a lot, because I keep going down and I can't really. And everybody like looks at me and like just slowly walks away and is still shooting at me.
They're just out of range of the buzz axe. You just need a longer arm, man. Get a longer buzz axe.
If I was actually Krieg, like with his mindset and stuff, I would definitely have chopped off my one arm with the buzz axe and
Attached it to the other one.
attached it to the other one to use it as a longer range. But yeah, so I've been trying to get myself up to the level where I can get that one skill, so that way I'm a little bit more helpful to that guy than, just entertainment purpose.
Entertainment for the audience, annoyance for the Gunzerker.
Yeah.
No, it's not really that annoying though.
It's a little bit when like I keep going down every 2 minutes and you have to like
I think it's actually kind of funny because of the reactions that we get from the enemies.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying that a whole lot.
Yeah, we've gotten some really funny reactions. That's true.
Moral of the story is if you're gonna play Krieg, don't go down the center skill tree unless you're playing with a buddy.
Yeah.
If you're playing solo, go down the fire skill tree or go down the bloodlust skill tree, and once you get to like level 20, then you can reset your skill points and go down melee. Otherwise, it's just gonna be you're gonna die all the time. It's gonna be very not fun, and you're probably not gonna want to play Krieg anymore. But he's such a fun character.
Yeah, I'm actually little spoilers for the future. Actually, it's not gonna. Well, yeah, it kind of is because I'm gonna record it. After we're done with this, me and that guy are gonna do the Tiny Tina's Dungeon and Dragon thing or whatever DLC.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna respec Krieg to go down like the fire tree to make it seem more like a fire mage kind of thing. You get what I'm saying?
Nice.
But I was gonna record that and do it like not gonna show everything, but like hopefully like if we have like funny highlight moments and stuff like that.
Right.
Because when you start becoming a YouTuber, you can't like you hear big YouTubers saying this, and me and that guy get an average of 3 views per video.
So that's more than you do.
Yeah.
You never mind. I'm just being a jerk now.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. But I'm saying like we get like so few views, and yet we still treat this like a job almost. Like we're not getting paid, but like we just feel I
I
don't
feel
know.
obligated.
Yeah, you feel obligated to record something all the time. Like I'd be recording my BioShock playthroughs on my PS3 if I had the technology for that, but I don't have the technology.
That's the other thing. I've been playing BioShock 1 for the first time, and I would record that, but I've got so much else on my plate right now.
BioShock 1 is so fun, dude.
It is. I've gotten, pretty far in it.
Bees! Have you gotten the bees?
No, but I know I'm at the spot where bees are, so I know.
The moment I got bees, I was just like, I didn't even know how great they were until I got them, because I just knew you got them from the initial trailer for the game.
Mm-hmm.
I just knew you got them somewhere. I wasn't sure where, and I got them, and they're just the greatest thing ever. They are like, it's because they're worthless, but they're great at the same time.
Worthless but great at the same time, because that kind of sounds like Shock Jockey from BioShock Infinite.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't do any damage, so it seems worthless, but it's fantastic because it stuns people, and then you can run up to them and boomstick them in the face. And we all know how I feel about boomsticks.
BioShock 2 is that it's kind of weird, but like BioShock 1, like I loved everything about it. I love the environment, I love the story, I love the powers, the gameplay, just everything about it. BioShock 2, take everything and like bump it up to the next level except for story, like lower that a level.
Oh man.
That's the thing, is like I love everything about BioShock 2 and I still want to play through it and everything. You get a double barrel boomstick, that guy.
I've seen that.
And then
yes.
you get an upgrade for it that makes it a double barrel boomstick that shoots 6 shots before needing to be reloaded.
So it's a boomstick multiplied by Bruce Campbell. Oh no. Oh no. We got back on the Bruce Campbell train.
We always get back to Bruce Campbell.
Anyways, go ahead.
But it's like BioShock 2 is just really fun. Like I love playing it. It's just like I said, the story has not caught my attention. Like I want to see where it goes, but I don't. And I'm pretty sure there's okay. You don't have to spoil anything in the story, but is there some kind of plot twist in BioShock Infinite?
Oh heck yeah.
Okay, so there's obviously
it's not just a plot twist. It is just complete. Take your mind, put it in a blender, and then drink it back into your head.
Oh my. Well, because there's a big plot twist in BioShock 1 if you know it or if you don't, but there's a really big plot twist, like. Because there's one that I saw coming, and then there was another one I did not see coming. And so I'm assuming there's going to be some massive plot twist in BioShock 2. But like I said, I'm just not interested in it. Like the story, like I said, I love playing the game, but just the story.
The story is really important to me, though, because in BioShock Infinite, I got really invested into the story the first time I played it through, and I felt like I really needed to help Elizabeth out and do all that stuff, that you're doing. And, you want to do the right thing as Booker, because he's a conflicted individual. And in BioShock 1, from the moment I stepped out of the bathysphere into the new world, I was like, whoa. And then I got attacked. And then Atlas comes in, and he literally saves me. And from that moment forward, Atlas is like my best bro. And I don't know what happens in BioShock Infinite, or BioShock 1. I know in BioShock Infinite, in the DLC, Atlas is not really. He's kind of the antagonist against Elizabeth, but I wouldn't say he's a bad guy. So I don't know what happens in BioShock 1, and I'm really excited to find out, because I feel loyal to him, and I don't know if that's the correct feeling.
Try not to give any spoilers.
That wasn't a spoiler, was it?
No, I'm trying not to give you any spoilers.
Oh, yeah, don't say anything. I'm going to get there eventually.
Yeah. But, yeah, so we started on Borderlands, now we're on BioShock.
5 hours later.
They both start with B. Is there anything else we want to talk about Borderlands?
Other than, there is one thing. If Borderlands does go down the MMO route, like we were talking about earlier, the thing that I would want to see is, obviously, you can't have an MMO without customizable characters.
Yeah.
What I want to see is maybe not Skyrim level of customization, but a lot of good customization. You don't just pick a character, you make your character, and you pick their action skill.
Yeah.
Which would be a little bit confusing. You can have a siren technically, because apparently, as Jack says in Borderlands 2, in one of the side missions, only 6 sirens could exist in the universe at one time, and he already knows of 3. So
yeah,
you probably couldn't pick a siren. But Borderlands, a pre-sequel, got along well without a siren.
Yep.
So
I'm sure they're gonna bring a siren in Borderlands 3 though.
Either that or just a replay of them, but maybe.
Dude, I would love if Borderlands 3. Now I know you and our buddy Duke Eclipse were talking about making your own character in Borderlands 3.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I feel like because of the route Borderlands the pre-sequel took, where like now the characters are actually like speaking to people.
Right.
Like there's actual dialogue going on between your playable character and these characters. I feel like they can't really, unless if like.
No, I'm saying just the online bit. If Borderlands 3, if Borderlands 3 comes out and it's just like the previous Borderlands games, I don't want any customizable characters. I want preset characters, just like good old days.
I would love if, to be honest, with Borderlands, if Borderlands 3 had, like, literally, if they just took all the characters from all 3 games. I guess you can't really take some of the characters from the pre-sequel,
right?
They're dead. Spoilers, but
and some from Borderlands 1 and Borderlands 2, people die.
Well, yeah, but at least in like
Pandora, things die, Joe. Get over it.
Okay, well, I mean, at least with like Roland and Axton or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
At least they're like the same character to like some extent. So like the only thing so if you really wanted Roland, like maybe they could make it so you can choose like which turret he throws out.
But the Saber turret's so much more superior to the Scorpio.
I know, but some people really like that Scorpio, man.
For people who are the real tryhards and diehards, I should say, not tryhards.
I mean, at least the Scorpio gives you a shield and stuff.
That's true.
Like, I don't know if I haven't really gone down Axton. I don't know if I ever will, to be honest.
You can get a phalanx shield or whatever it's called. That it's basically just a bubble around your turret. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, but like
it doesn't dispense health and ammo though.
Yeah, but like Axton, not Axton. Roland. So many characters. Roland, at least like his like started off with the shield kind of thing.
Yeah, so you could hide behind it. That was pretty cool.
And but I'd love to see like them just take all the characters that are still alive and available. Plus the DLC characters. I think
they should have the doppelganger Jack.
Yeah, they should have doppelganger Jack in it too. That'd be great.
Timothy, whatever his last name is. No, wait, no, he dies in Borderlands 2.
He does?
Yeah. Well, in Borderlands 2, when you're on the mission in Opportunity, the City of Opportunity, and you have to kill Jack's body double.
Yeah.
That's the doppelganger Jack.
No, he has multiple doppelgangers though.
I know, but that's the original doppelganger Jack.
Oh.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, so basically here's what happens in Borderlands 3. Between trying to think of all the smart people in Borderlands.
Not Tiny Tina.
Not Tiny Tina. Tannis or whatever.
Tannis, yep.
Claptrap.
Obviously, because he has to put in his 2 cents.
Hammerfell.
Hammerlock.
Sorry. Sorry, all you guys out there who are hating on me right now.
You're thinking Elder Scrolls.
Yeah. Hammerlock. Gage. Maybe Zero.
Okay.
Maybe, but like they all come together and hotwire the new U stations and recreate everybody.
You know the best part? After Mike and I beat Borderlands 2 for the first time, like years ago or whenever it came out, we were theorizing about Borderlands 3, and we were just out in the dust because that was Mike's favorite area to roam around in, because it's just a huge area and you get to drive around in cars and there's all sorts of cool stuff out there. But it was nighttime and we were looking up and you can see the Hyperion space station, and it was then that Mike said to me, wouldn't it be awesome in Borderlands 3 if it just started up on the space station shooting through robots trying to get to Handsome Jack? or the rest of Hyperion, not Handsome Jack. And then, lo and behold, years later, Borderlands the pre-sequel starts up on Helios, firing and shooting not through the robots. You are on Hyperion. Exactly. Mike is a psychic. He saw this coming, and I mean, I don't expect anybody to believe me, but like seriously, it happened.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it'd be awesome to see like literally all the playable characters in a new game.
Definitely.
Like, I'd love to see, like, personally, Gage is my most favorite character of all time. Like,
I want to play as Dr. Zed.
Dr. Zed would be awesome.
He just runs. He's like Krieg, except slightly less insane. But his action skill is just running around with a meat cleaver or something.
He just runs around and like you can like run around with like a syringe and you stab people. And if you stab like you can stab an ally, it heals them. But you can stab other people and just kills them.
And it poisons. Yes, exactly. Dr. Zed's my favorite character, and it's mostly because of his voice, but his persona and his attitude and his looks.
Yeah.
He's just like the creepy old guy. I just love Dr. Zed. Of course, he's also like...
He has an actual medical license.
No, he doesn't.
No, no, that's that one line he says when you go on that one side quest.
Oh, yeah.
He was talking about some other, like, rival doctor.
Doc Mercy.
Yeah.
And you kill Doc Mercy. What gives your fancy-pantsy mid-school degree now, Doc Mercy?
Yeah, he's a great guy.
I wish there were more side quests with him. You know, the other thing is, at the beginning of Borderlands 1 and Borderlands 2, it's narrated by Marcus.
Yeah.
Now, the thing that would just make my day is if Borderlands 3 was narrated by Dr. Zed.
What if, like, it started off being narrated by Marcus, and then Dr. Zed's like, you've had 2 games already, or whatever.
I got this.
And then it'd just be funny to hear, like, everyone chip in somewhere.
Yeah. As Dr. Zed's trying to tell the story, everyone's just like, and then this happened, and then this happened.
And Tannis comes in.
Zed's just like,
Torg.
I'm telling this story. Of course Torg comes in. I'm telling this story.
Just starts swearing.
Oh, poor Zed.
Now these effers start effing up this whole effing place.
I'm Mr. Torg, and I have an internal censor, so I can't say words like beep, 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 beep. He says that in Torg DLC. It's hilarious.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
It goes around.
Oh my gosh, that guy.
System.
I was going to talk about that, like the Torg DLC, like very early on in this conversation, and we just totally got off track.
Oh, wait, what about the Torg DLC?
I was just going to say, I'm playing as my Krieg character who's all melee, and it is just so hard doing like that first arena challenge. I cannot do it.
I completed the game, the main game, so I was like level 30 by the time I started DLC with my melee Krieg. Yeah. And that was the first DLC I did, and it was so much fun.
I'm sure it is fun, but
it is all about just combat, and Krieg is all about that. And obviously, as the PA guy says in the Torg Arena, all you need, if you're not made out of bacon, gasoline, or muscles or something like that, you don't belong here.
Yeah, but it's like you're level 30. That I'm assuming like the challengers in that were like very under-leveled to you though.
No, they were level 30.
Oh, they were. Oh,
yeah, it scales to you.
They're all level 15 to me,
That's
and I went in at level 13.
15 is the least.
Yeah.
And all of the DLCs, as far as I know, will scale down to the minimum of level 15. But if you're on
Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep and Hammerlock's hunting thing or whatever, those are 30.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know because the only reason I know is because I meant to go when I was playing through with Gage on my first time. I got to a point where like I did all the side quests, but I was still under-leveled for the story mission.
Right, that happens occasionally.
And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go do some DLC because I'm still because I looked it up and it's like you can do this around level 15 and up. I'm like, okay, so I'll go and do the Pirate Cove one and get some levels and some better loot, and then go on and do the story. But I accidentally clicked on the Tiny Tina one because it says a mysterious dock, and I assume but I mean, I'm sure if you didn't know, you would assume that's the
the pirate one. Yes,
the pirate one. But when you get there, if you look at the quest log, it says like level 30,
and you're like, oh no,
oh crap, nope. Luckily,
this was a mistake.
I'm like, wrong one. And then I ended up just clicking on all of them because I wanted to see all the intro videos.
They've got some good intro videos. But the I was gonna say something about the Torque DLC and I completely forgot. But they level with you. If you're level 15, it'll start with your level when you're level 15 and you go in there, it'll be level 15. If you're level 20 on playthrough 1 and the first time you enter the area, the entire DLC will scale to level 20. If you're level 25 and the first time you enter the area, the entire DLC will scale to level 25 and stuff like that.
That's nice of them.
It is.
But I was thinking that guy. I came up with if we got to make our own characters for Borderlands, like not like create your own character, but if like you and me got to make characters, like the next set of characters for Borderlands 3.
Right.
So I mean, I've already talked to you about this, but I feel we should share this with the internet. So that guy's character, his character model has 8 different shotguns located on his body.
Just all the time.
Yeah, and he can't use them until he activates his action skill, where it's kind of like, I don't know, I know Claptrap and, I can't even remember the other guy's name. That's bad. But I never played it. So.
I don't know.
Yes. But it's kind of like the cowboy girl.
Nisha.
It's kind of like her skill, but better. Like things kind of slow down, and that guy just pulls out each shotgun, and like you just activate it to shoot the nearest enemies. And like there's like a skill tree you can go down, which basically is called, I don't know what the action skill would be called. It's probably like Boomstick Mayhem or something.
Boomstick o'clock.
And like there's a whole skill tree going down dedicated to that, where like you can use it more often, and like you get an action skill where you get to use both barrels of all the shotguns, because like, and the description of it is like, why didn't you do this earlier?
No, that would be the capstone. It would just be called extra barrels. Because 2 is better than 1.
Yeah, and then like the number 1 skill, like the bottom skill, is like there's like a 90% chance you can go through the whole thing of shotguns again.
Nice.
And like that applies to every single time you can go through it.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
You literally
just never end.
Yeah, you could, which means this skill could actually be a real bad thing if there's no enemies around. And you have nothing to lock onto, and you're like, oh man, I'm just stuck in this endless loop of boomstick shots.
Oh wait, never mind. It's not actually that bad because boomstick. I like your idea. The only thing I would tweak is that with the 8 different shotguns or whatever, it would be a shotgun of each manufacturer. Because they all have different types of shotguns.
Yep.
And then it would be like on a loop.
Except one of the shotguns, you'd have to like pause the game and like maybe zoom in on it, but you can notice one of them's a double barrel boomstick, and you can see on it that it says his
Gen Freeman.
Yeah, Gen Freeman.
No one's gonna get that.
No one's gonna get that until you listen to The Tower, but
which isn't out yet.
And then, like, I don't know what your other 2 skill trees would be. I think
don't even need one.
Well, you do. We need to figure out what either 2 skill trees would be. I know I came up with a skill perk which is similar to the doppelganger skill perk, where like, because you haven't gotten to this in your series yet, but there's a I doubt you'll even get to it, but there's a skill perk that guy was telling me about where like it makes doppelganger shout at your friends or something like that.
Does it?
I thought you were saying there's like a worthless skill.
No. It's a worthless skill that just makes Jack say more stuff.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the entirety of it.
So I came up with one where that guy would have the same basic thing, but it makes him talk like a sir, and like it automatically like unlocks and equips like like a Soenjay head, and it's a mustache, a top hat, and a monocle.
It's mandatory to wear that when you have that skill equipped.
Yeah. What would the other two skill trees entitle, though, that guy?
Well, I mean, one of them would just be called, like, Boomstick Mayhem or something like that.
Yep.
One of them would be called Brawling, because if there's anything more that I like more than boomsticks, it's good old fisticuffs.
Yep.
So it would be all about beefing up the character and maybe slight improvements to melee damage or something like that. What I really like is Salvador's Fistful of Hurt in Borderlands 2. You can uppercut someone and it punches them back. So some like uber just awesome punch to the face that like knocks people back or something like that. That would be cool. And then the third skill tree would be centered around, let's see. My character would have like basically nothing to do with elemental weapons.
No, because that's Duke.
I would have nothing to do with elemental.
I already have. I have everybody's like basic like action skill set up. That guy. Duke's is he basically I created a story where my character was like trying to become a vault hunter, and the other three guys didn't want to be vault hunters because they didn't think they were strong enough for it. And then while my character was experimenting with some iridium, it like overloaded and gave everybody like the strength. Like it gave that guy the ability to shoot 8 boomsticks in a matter of seconds.
Yep.
Duke's base ability is he just shoots flames from his hands because he likes to set people on fire.
And every other orifice in his face.
No, that's an upgrade.
That just shoots slag out of his eyes and like corrosiveness out of his ears.
No, that's
disgusting.
That's an upgrade. That guy, he can eventually get to a point where you can change like which element effect shoots out. But it starts off with flames because we all know Mike likes to set people on fire.
That's true. Fire's good. So what is yours?
Mine is
I don't think I've ever heard this one.
So mine is it's kind of like a mix. It's kind of like a mix, but like a unique thing. It kind of works like a claptraps.exe thing, but it analyzes and it gives me like a different melee weapon that it digistruct. So I get like either giant fists or like a giant sword or a giant hammer, and like I can get like I would assume like an upgrade would give me like a giant arm cannon.
Nice.
Like that shoots like giant blasts like Mega Man or whatever.
Okay, so you are based around melee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, of course, now here's the thing: is because you already have you can't have all the trees be the same. I can't have a boomstick tree, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would. But I would have. I would assume one of my trees would be based around a lot of explosives.
Okay, an explosives-based tree.
Yep.
A melee-based tree, and
I don't know what the other. Maybe it'd be like a team-based tree.
Maybe, yeah.
Because I'm a very good team player.
That is true. But you know, I thought of another one of Mike's skill trees. He would have the elemental skill tree. He would have a sniping skill tree. That focuses in on sniper rifles and pistols as backup weapons and stuff like that. And then he would have an entire skill tree devoted to LMGs. That has to be a new weapon type, light machine guns. It can't just be like a minigun assault rifle classified as an assault rifle in Borderlands. They'd actually have to add LMGs to Borderlands. But
no, you don't get the LMG like classification until you unlock that skill tree for Mike.
Yeah, and he's the only one who can. Well, maybe.
No, like you'll see like all the things. Like it'll be like, oh, okay, so this is an assault rifle or whatever. Well, then as soon as these two guns are like assault rifles or whatever, and then as soon as you unlock that skill tree as Mike, it literally changes like their stats and stuff.
That's awesome.
And then I created Ian as the fourth character. Where he becomes a siren.
Okay.
And like he like freezes everyone and has like this like meteor shower occur and hit everybody.
Okay, that sounds pretty cool.
And then, like, of course, like, throughout the game, people question him, like, aren't sirens, like, all females? He's like, shut up.
Shut up, I have gender issues.
Shut up, I didn't have a choice. It just gave me I just have powers.
Well, that's like in Left 4 Dead, people, fan comics and stuff have had all different genders of zombies and stuff like that, even though the game only depicts mostly male zombies.
Yeah.
But then there's the witch, and everyone's like, oh, well, it's always a female. I saw like concept art of Fan's male witch, and it actually looked pretty cool. So
it's called a wizard.
It's a yeah, exactly. Warlock.
It's got like a beard and the hat and everything.
Like, I think you're in the wrong game, buddy. Oh man. So I don't know. I'm feeling it's about time to wrap up because it's been about an hour, but I have something I need to tell you.
Okay.
And it's about Bruce Campbell, and you're going to like it.
Oh gosh, is Bruce Campbell the next character in Borderlands 3?
No, if he was the next character in Borderlands 3, no one would play any other character.
Whereas his action skill is what was
Hail to the king. His action skill would just be charisma or something like that, where he'd just walk around the battlefield flaunting his good looks and his chin everywhere, and all the bandits would just kill themselves.
I was gonna say he like reads the Necronomicon or something. That works too.
I like the other one better. The Necronomicon works better.
It actually would be kind of cool if like you picked maybe his action skill kind of like changes based on like which skill tree, and each skill tree is based on like one of his best movies. Like one of them's like Ash, so like you get like as you go down, like you get like you notice that Ash gets like a chainsaw for a hand,
yeah,
and gets like a boomstick,
chainsaw augmentation,
boomstick, and then like his ultimate skill at the bottom is read the Necronomicon, summons a bunch of skeletons to fight for you or something, and then another one is like Bubba Hotep, where he's Old Man Elvis. I don't know exactly what his skill would be in that. That movie,
his skill would just be like a guitar.
He doesn't even play a guitar in that movie.
He just goes, I'm Elvis. No, but so I was flipping through the channels the other day in the morning because this is my vacation week off of school. So I've got literally nothing to do all week, so I've been recording and editing and then like watching TV because I'm bored. I never watch TV, but I'm just flipping through all the cartoon channels because I'm bored. And I believe it was on one of the Disney channels as I'm flipping through. Phineas and Ferb came on. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that.
Oh yes, I'm very familiar with
Okay, so there's a scene where for some reason, I don't know the context of the episode or anything like that, but for some reason, Perry the Platypus and Doofenshmirtz are building something like out in the woods. So I don't know what they're building, but I noticed that at the end they were building something around Doofenshmirtz's hand, and it's this big wooden fist, and he reaches up into a tree, grabs an apple, looks at it, crushes it, and he goes, groovy. And I'm like, how many people are going to get that reference from Evil Dead 3 when Ash grabs the wine cup, crushes it with his new hand, and just goes, groovy.
I need to find that now.
I don't know. I wish I knew what episode it was from, but I knew you would
Google it. I'll just like Evil Dead, Phineas and Ferb or something. It'll tell me.
It's such a subtle reference. And then earlier today, actually, as I was flipping through again, another reference came on, and I don't know if I think you might know this one, but they're out in Phineas and Ferb and all their friends are out in like the snow for some reason, I don't know, and they're trying to infiltrate this base of bad guys.
We can't have any context with Phineas and Ferb, unfortunately.
Yeah, there are no I mean,
it's one of those shows you can't just walk into halfway through. You just won't know what's going on.
Anything can happen, but they're out in the snow and they're trying to infiltrate a base full of bad guys, and Phineas is drawing a diagram in the ground, and he's like, all right, so you create a distraction over there, you flank them from that side, and you guys hit him head on, and we'll see what happens. You know, that's our plan. And then he turns to Baljeet and he's like, Baljeet, can I have a number crunch real quick? And Baljeet's going like, hold on, I'm predicting a 32.33, repeating, of course, percent chance of victory. And Phineas is like, well, that's a whole lot better than we usually do. And Buford just goes, I've had enough of this, Buford, and then whatever his last name is. And I'm like, it's such a Leroy Jenkins moment.
Yeah, I wish, I almost wish Ferb did it.
That would have been fantastic, but oh my gosh.
So, just one final thing to add on that Jeff tried to show me. Have you ever seen the show Regular Show?
Unfortunately, a few times.
Yeah, I've watched like the pilot episode and I wasn't too impressed with it. I know a lot of people really like the show. Nothing against it. I just don't really like it. It's not my cup of tea. But there's one episode where, and the only reason I know this is because Jeff tried to send it to me, but he sent me a YouTube video. You know those YouTube videos where people will take cartoon episodes and like replace like every other word with swears and stuff like that?
Right.
Like they dubbed over and stuff. He sent me one of those because he didn't take the time to stop and watch the episode. He just assumed it was the episode.
Right. I think I know where you're going with this. I think I've heard this one.
Yeah. But there's this, like, they're watching this movie, and the character, it's not Bruce Campbell, but it's clearly Bruce Campbell. Like, he's got the blue shirt, it's ripped. He says a bunch of, like, one-liners.
He's got the awesome black hair and the chin.
Yeah, it's, like, you can easily find it. You can find, like, what I'm talking about, but, like, everything, there's no, like, direct, like, unless if you watch the whole episode, you can't actually find, like, just those scenes. Like, it's always, like, people dub over it with Bruce Campbell's actual voice.
Mm-hmm.
But
so he's made a cameo in that, too.
That guy. I'd just like to say that we started this chat talking about Bruce Campbell.
And we ended it talking about Bruce Campbell.
So thanks for listening to the Bruce Campbell podcast. Next week, we'll be talking about Bubba Hotep.
Next week, we'll be talking about, surprise, Bruce Campbell.
No, okay. But seriously, thanks for listening to that cast if you actually sat through all of this nonsense about Borderlands.
See, what you need to do with that cast is you need to, like, put it on, or, like, watch it on your phone, like, through headphones, and just do it while you're, like, mowing the lawn or something. Well, I mean, it's the middle of winter, you're not mowing the lawn, but...
That cast is not... I mean, it's one of those shows where I don't think you're really supposed to just sit down and watch it. Like,
it's not a visual thing. You know what I've been doing for the last hour? I've been looking at page 11 of my Team Fortress 2 backpack. I haven't even switched it.
I just had the Minecraft main page open just to record this. But most likely, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might record some footage of me just playing Hearthstone or something, or maybe Team Fortress. Just have some random unedited gameplay in the background, just so you can if
watch Joe be bad at TF2.
You can just watch something while listening to this. But this is meant to be listened to. It's just meant to. It's almost like white noise. It's that noise.
It's that noise coming at you live.
So
from upstate New York.
So yeah. So oh my gosh. We ended this podcast 3 times already. I'm Joe Thunder.
And I'm Soen J.
Also known as That Guy.
And That Guy.
And thanks for listening to That Cast.
We will see you next time.
Enjoy my outro music that I put on everything because I'm really proud of it.
So long.
Bye. Okay, so how do you want to do this show? Do you want to just talk about like one thing, or do you want to talk about multiple things, or?
I don't know, man. I don't know what topics we're going over. I haven't been thinking about anything except killing that damn spy who kept sapping my sentry.
Well, I mean, we can do... Right, I mean, this is That Cast. We can do whatever we want. We don't... it's just kind of America. A chat thing.
This is America. We can do it.
Yeah, I'm just not sure if you want to do, we just kind of just chat about random things, or if we want to or if we just kind of want to stick to, one topic that we just talk about till we're done talking about it.
Well, let's have a topic, and if it strays off the topic, oh well.
Okay. Do you
But
have
I
any,
don't.
do you have
I
any
was
topics?
just gonna say that. I was just gonna say that.
I have a couple topics that I'll give you the topics.
All
I
right,
was
hang
thinking
on a
about.
second. But let me ask first. Is one of the topics Bruce Campbell?
Yes.
Okay, well, we can't just specifically have a topic Bruce Campbell every time. That guy, you know that, right?
Well,
Well, are you so sure about that?
well, Bruce Campbell has a lot of subtopics we can talk about,
Like
Like-
his chin.
his chin or his boomstick, or like you could basically go to IMDb, look up like Bruce Campbell's movies, and just pick one and be like, "So Joe, tell me about this movie."
And then you'll be like, well, I've never seen it, so let me just look it up on Google.
I've literally seen, with the exception of like a couple, I think with the exception of, can't even remember what it's called. There's some movie where he's a cop, but but he uses it as a cover because he kills people.
Murder.
Like it's one of his earliest films. Besides like those two, because there's two movies to it. Besides those two, I've seen everything Bruce Campbell has starred in.
Wow.
Except for one movie that's sitting here on my desk.
But you're gonna watch it?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I've almost seen I've almost seen everything he starred in, which means I've started watching the Briscoe County Jr. thing, but it's a very long it's only one season long, but the episodes are very long. They're like 45 minutes, and
yeah.
So every disc I get is like 3 hours long, and it's kind of like the issue with watching like it's a good thing to watch it on a disc because at least there's like a point where it's like, okay, I cannot go any further.
Yeah.
On like Netflix, where it's just like, hey, we're just gonna play the next season for you, next episode for you.
Yeah, exactly.
But this is like, it's still Netflix, but like it eventually, like, I'll sit there for the whole 3 hours and watch all of Briscoe County Jr. because it's amazing.
You then have to exert effort to switch discs.
No, I only get one disc at a time because it's through the mail. So.
Oh, that's what it is.
So, luckily, I can stop it and be like, okay, sleep time.
Okay, no more Briscoe County.
Okay,
I need
7
to
o'clock.
sleep.
I need to get up in 3 hours.